Hey guys, it's TJ from Susie's Sweet Shop. On this episode, we're going to be making some traditional banana bread muffins. So for this recipe, what you're going to need is some softened butter, some eggs, some granulated sugar, some mashed overripe bananas, some flour, and some baking soda and salt. And it doesn't get much easier than this. It's a recipe you can do very quickly in one bowl. So first you're going to take your softened butter and put it into your mixing bowl. And you don't need a mixer, you can do this all by hand. It's actually better to do muffins by hand so that you don't overmix and make a tough batter. To that, we're gonna take our sugar and then we're just gonna cream those together. Okay, once you have that nice and mixed together, you're gonna take your eggs and add that to your sugar and butter. And get that mixed until it's all incorporated. Okay, so you'll just want it to be a nice smooth batter that you don't have any lumps of sugar in, so it's nice and smooth. To that, we're gonna take our mashed bananas, and it is important to use ripe bananas, or especially overripe. Basically, the more brown they turn on your counter, the better they're gonna taste in your baked recipes, because the sugar develops and it makes for a sweeter banana flavor and a more intense banana flavor. And now in another bowl, so there's two ways you can do this. You could do this again all in one bowl, and if you wanted to do that, you could take your salt and baking soda and just kind of sprinkle them over the top of your wet mixture here and give that a good mix in. What I'm going to do is how you would normally add your soda and salt to the flour, and then I'm going to grab a whisk, which I forgot to set out, and just give that a quick whisk just to sift the ingredients together. So basically what you're doing is you always want to make sure that your soda or any kind of leavening agent that you're using and salt are dispersed amongst the batter so it's not all in one spot. So you can do it this way or by sprinkling it over and mixing it in. So to that, we're just going to add our dry ingredients. Where you're mixing it by hand, depending how big your bowl is, you might want to do it in 2 stages instead of dumping the whole thing in and then it going everywhere. It's no big deal. Alright, so I'm just getting the rest of my flour incorporated. So this recipe is just 7 ingredients. I don't think you can get much easier than that. It's just your basic, traditional, classic banana bread recipe, and you can bake this off in a loaf pan, or as I'm doing today, I'm just gonna do them into muffins. And you could add some things in here if you want to add some chocolate chips, or I don't know, whatever you like to put in your banana muffins. I know a lot of people like chocolate chips in there. Feel free to do that. So now I'm just going to portion them out using my handy ice cream scoop that we use for all batters. And these are going to take about 20 minutes in a 350 Fahrenheit oven. And if you were doing it all in a loaf pan, it's probably going to be close to an hour before that is baked. But I would set my timer for about 45 to 50 minutes and check it and then see how much longer it needs at that point. So we're going to take our muffins, put them in the oven, and I'll be back to see you as soon as they're back out. The muffins are out of the oven and cool now. Just gonna give one a little try because we have to taste them each time, you know. That's what quality control is all about. Still one of my favorite things. So when you give this recipe a try, let me know how you make out. Leave some comments down below. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll be back again soon with another recipe for you. Until then, have a sweet day. Oh, so, Eli, you want to see what I'm making? And in case this is included in the blooper reel, our baking studio is in our home, not at our bakery. So there are no cats in our bakery. I can assure you, we do have 2 in our home though.